Captain's Log Supplemental. Don't ever tell a Ferengi to make themselves at home aboard your ship, FYI. Ambassador Bogg spent 15 minutes trying to convince my security officer that I had given him permission to acquire several female crew members, detach most of the furniture in his quarters for resale, and then use the replicator to generate all of the parts required for a sensual ear massager after the crew members all refused to, and I quote, service him. I'm going to ditch him at the Acamarian half of Starbase 80.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Captain's Log Supplemental. My name is Stanford. I am joined by my two best friends and co-hosts, Rob and Chris.
Hello.
Hello.
We are usually joined by our lovely producer, Mariah, but she has stepped away. I do not know if she'll be joining us tonight. Captain's Log Supplemental is a Star Trek rewatch podcast. We're rewatching all of Star Trek in chronological order. We got through Enterprise. We are just starting on the first episode of the second season of Discovery. If you like what you hear, or you don't, it's fine. I don't care. Just give us a rate, give us a review, tell your friends about us, tell your, social groups, your book clubs, your knitting circles, whatever you're into. And that really help us out. I'm gonna go cough some more. You guys talk.
I don't have anything to talk about. Okay.
We should just get, like, the coughing should just be the banter.
Made some scallops today that are delicious.
Scallops, like the fish?
Yeah.
The shellfish? They're shellfish, yeah.
Shellfish, yeah.
Yeah, they're shellfish.
These scallops, yep.
When I hear scallops, I think like a scallop potato.
Nope. It was like a scallops with a pesto cream sauce. It was delicious.
Dude, I always forget if it's overcooking or undercooking scallops that makes them like rubbery.
Oh,
but that's the worst.
Yeah,
is it over?
Overcooking.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's if they're over like boiled or over steamed. If you over fry them, they just kind of get brittle. They don't really get rubbery.
These were not brittle or rubbery. They were delicious.
We got sushi tonight from Izu Stanford.
Oh, we got sushi for lunch from Izu.
Oh, that's funny.
Now, Keith.
Kelsey ordered the I can't remember what platter it was, but it was the too much sushi platter, and she didn't realize at the time that it was gonna come with like there were 4 rolls worth of sushi in this damn thing.
Was it like one of those like
amazing
platters for 2 or whatever?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think she realized it.
My favorite thing from them is called Sushi Generation because it's like a spicy tuna roll, and then it's like usually like 2 tuna and 2 salmon nigiri, and then like 6 more nigiri, but it's like the chef's choice, so it's always different. That's really cool because there's fish like today. I had a blackened like cooked fish nigiri that I'd never had before. It was pretty good.
I like their 5 sushi combo. It's got shrimp. What is it? Shrimp, whitefish, yellowtail, salmon, and tuna.
Delicious.
Yeah.
They have an entree that's like 3 something, and that one's like salmon, tuna, and might be yellowtail. That one's really good too.
Probably yellowtail.
But I've been getting their Sushi Generation pretty much every time I order sushi from them, and it's fun because it's always different because like I never know what I want. And some of their really big fancy rolls are too much going on in a single bite. There's like 6 kinds of fish and like the spicy sauce and an avocado and some roe, and like, all right, this is a lot.
And some mayo.
It's a lot of flavor combinations happening all at once here. All right, good. Thank you. That was now I would be hungry, but I just had some Oreos, so. All right, so this week's episode is season 2, episode 1 of Discovery, entitled Brother. My brother-in-law is staying with us, so that was kind of a coincidence. But he is in my office for the evening, so I had to actually take notes on like my notepad. So wild experience for me here.
Wait, which brother-in-law?
Quinn's partner.
Oh, I keep forgetting you have another side of the family.
Yeah, not just the one that we share. Yeah, no. I have a whole other set of family like elsewhere. Okay, so we get a cold open of, I believe, actual stock Cassini footage, which was kind of cool. Cassini is a
Yep,
probe that went to go check out Jupiter, Saturn, one of those two.
Saturn.
Saturn. That's what I said. We get kind of a weird, like, Michael Burnham's Space, The Final Frontiers speech.
Mm-hmm.
There's a thing that's happening in this episode that, like, I noticed, and that is there's a slight kind of rebrand going on that I don't think I noticed the first time through Discovery.
So, yes, I agree. There's a couple things that they kind of did. One, did you know the aspect ratio changed with how they filmed this from season one?
You know, probably the worst time for me to start watching this one on my phone like I did, so I did not notice.
Yeah, first season was in 2:1. The second season was in 2:35:1, which is just like a more cinematic aspect ratio.
So the one thing I did notice was like the color palette for the show changed. And I didn't know if it was just a subtle nod at like Lorca not being aboard anymore or what, but it was kind of funny. Like everything's brighter and cheerful.
Well, notice they started off in like black and white, right? And then the brightest color that they introduced was red into that little opening sequence, which obviously when we get farther into this episode, we have those like red signals. So kind of a connection there.
Huh. I was thinking about the fact that like the characters are subtly different in a way that I actually find annoying. Because like somehow they got quippier and not in like a productive way.
I don't know, man. Tilly got a lot of great lines in this episode.
Tilly was okay because she always kind of filled that role. There's a lot of like kind of, I don't know. It felt like they were all getting chummy, and like that would be one thing if there was any kind of break between season 1 and season 2 that happened like off screen. And so we did like, oh, they're all like, you know, they've been working together for a year or whatever, but there's literally no time has passed. So they got weirdly like chummy and witty between seasons, and it doesn't feel right. It's such a weird tone to take.
I didn't notice that myself, but all right.
So what you're saying is there's like unearned inter-character like chemistry, I guess?
Basically, yeah. And like I call it out a couple times in my notes, so I'll when I get to the specific examples, I'll call them out. However, I will say I did enjoy that we started talking about like an African myth. That was kind of fun. Because like I don't know, European and American myths I hear all the time, or European and Asian myths I hear all the time. But I don't get a lot of African myths, so that was fun.
That's true. We're not exposed to that type of mythos much, are we?
Nah, because our society is racist as shit. So then we get a flashback to Vulcan as Burnham is being kind of adopted by Sarek and Amanda. Sarek, I will say, also got a slight rebrand here because he's like good dad vibes throughout the whole episode. Like Sarek really steps up. But even as he was adopted, Amanda's like, we're taking her, and Sarek's like, yeah, because like it's the right thing to do. Yeah, we're absolutely taking this child who lost their parents. He was like, yeah, good guy.
I have
Sarek.
a question. Do Vulcans have family names? Because like I thought about it after the fact. Like it's kind of weird that like Burnham kept her own last name. Like I'd get it if it was like kind of her choice or whatever, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized like Spock didn't have a name. Sarek doesn't really have a last name. Like, do they have family names or like clans or something that they belong to?
I don't think so.
I don't believe so. There is a level of like, it seems like, I don't know, sometimes it seems like their names are like patterned after one another a bit. But like that's as close as I've ever seen. And I don't think it's weird that Michael kept her last name because she was not like a baby, you know, like she
right. Yeah, she was
knew
older.
her name. Yeah, she's like 9 or whatever. As child Burnham is introduced to her new Vulcan home. She gets kind of just a spotting of Spock. And we can already tell that Spock's going to be jealous because, like, sure. But then they go to meet Spock up in his room, and Spock, using the most impractical stylus I've ever seen in my life, throws a hollow dragon at her. It's a weird scene.
Yeah, it was fun CG stuff, but yeah, just weird.
We cut back to the Discovery in the modern day, still face to face with the Enterprise. According to Discovery's readouts, Enterprise's entire systems are offline except for like emergency life support. I don't understand how that's possible because Enterprise literally zoomed up to boop noses, so I don't know. Was that the last of their power doing that? Tilly comes in and she starts yelling because there's like a lot of warning signs and stuff going off, but they cut out right as she enters the room. So she's just yelling and everyone's quiet, and it was very funny. Tilly's got some good shit this time. Hey, Mariah's joining us. Hello, Mariah.
Hi there.
Hello.
Okay, yeah, so this is the moment in the show where we're just gonna all fawn about the fact that it's the Enterprise, which is a little kind of a dick move to the audience because we don't actually get to see the Enterprise, so it's just like, wow, the Enterprise is great. Oh my god, it's so great. Look at all that stuff it's got. Oh wow, it's great. And then we don't get on there. Captain Pike is asking to come aboard, and Michael and Sarek are like, we never thought we'd see Spock again. This is crazy. Which, why? Why did they not think they were going to see Spock again? That seems kind of like an odd statement, considering that they're both in Starfleet.
Yeah, it's a good question.
It seems like Spock has distanced himself from his entire family.
I feel like Spock's being a bit of a dick.
I mean, he was a dick when he was a kid, too, apparently.
Okay, that's fair enough. Okay, and then we get the opening. Act 1 opens up with the transport being run by a fuck of a Lobot. He was running the shit out that transport.
It was like Georgie goggles.
Geordie?
Georgie. Yeah, Geordie goggles on top of a Lobot, because he also had the thing going around his head, too. On beams Captain Daddy, as well as security officer Cheek Plants, and I don't know, some sciencey dude. Oh, I'm gonna call him Science Officer Dickhead because that's how he acted the whole fucking time.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Also, Captain Daddy is a lot less gray than he is like in the current seasons of Stranger New Worlds. I'm like, oh, that was jarring.
I think
just like watched one of the. Go ahead.
There's also a lot less verticality to Pike's Peak.
Yeah.
Yeah, they hadn't really solid that. I think they realized that like the gray's okay, so they let him stay gray instead of like dyeing the actor's hair. Like they did in these seasons. Captain Daddy says he's taking command of the Discovery. He says it kind of apologetically to Saru. Saru's like, but there's only 3 circumstances under which you would just take command of my ship. And Captain Daddy's like, yes, to all 3. All 3 of those things that you just said.
It is literally all of them.
And then we get the kind of exposition about like the red bursts that are happening around the galaxy. There were 7 of them, 10 of them, a bunch of them. But one stuck around, like a bunch of them. They all went off at the exact same moment, but most of them faded. However, one stuck around. Burnham's like, oh, I thought Spock would come with you. Pike is like, well, Spock's a dick. That's pretty much what Pike says. And then they all get onto the turbo lift with a character I completely forgot existed, which is this lizard guy. And like they do a much more exposition, and I will say exposition is a lot easier to swallow when lizard guy is also receiving the exposition and doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, and he's got a wicked head cold too.
Yeah, he's got a head cold. Yeah, so which Burnham was very, very like asking him about. As Pike is kind of filling in the bridge crew on what's going on, he's getting command protocols via the like biometric scanner. Tilly's helping him with that and says that he has really beautiful nail beds, which was very funny.
Yeah, and then he fucks with her too.
Yeah, Tilly's the fucking best. Because she says the word pinky. Because she's like, you got to move your pinky. And she's like, it's weird to say pinky to someone who's in command. Such a weird little word. And yeah, and then she's like, here, if you don't, and she helps him move it, and then he like pretends it hurts and freaks her out. Oh man. So what were we talking about? Oh yeah. Anyways, Pike is so dashing.
I forgot Captain Daddy came on this.
Yeah, he's here for like a while too. Yeah, for like I think most of the season.
I don't remember how much. It was a good chunk of it.
He's definitely in the last episode of the season. Okay. Do we ever get a clear idea of what actually happened to the Enterprise?
No.
They said that they were investigating one of the signals and had this huge like burst of energy run through all of Enterprise and knocked out like all of its systems.
Okay. Pike is a little
small trivia note here.
Oh shit. When there's some trivia you can't miss, it's a fun fact with Chris.
He had to look me in the eye while he did that. I didn't like it. I don't like doing this in the same room.
Well, Pike's giving his little like biography, because after he puts in his vitals or whatever in the scanner, the kind of the information pops up on the view screen and has all his grades and whatnot. But on there, in addition to the F in astrophysics, he mentions he also has noted that he won the Okuda Award, which is a reference to Michael Okuda, who is a team member on the show. He's the scenic art supervisor for not this show, but for Next Generation. And then also the Campbell Award, which is a real award that was named after John W. Campbell Jr., the editor of the magazine Astounding Science Fiction.
Oh, hey, I've read stuff out of Astounding Sci-Fi.
Yep.
So wait, does that mean that Pike has some science fiction out there?
Maybe. Oh, also another small note: Lieutenant Commander Aram, like the robot lady, who is on the bridge. We kind of see in the first season she doesn't really have any speaking parts. Is actually changed. It's a different actress in season 2. In the first season, it was Sarah Middich, whereas in season 2, it is played by Hannah Cheeseman.
Yeah, Cheeseman's a good name.
Cheeseman? There's no E between the S and the M, so maybe it's Cheeseman.
Cheeseman. Still great.
Yep.
I couldn't tell that those are different actors because the prosthetics are so heavy that like it's impossible to tell. Yeah, Pike gives a little speech about how he kind of sucked at astrophysics, but otherwise he's a captain. My note is, with your permission, God, he's so likable. Because he asks Saru, he's like, with your permission, I'm about to take control of this ship. And Saru's like, yeah, go ahead. And then he does his catchphrase, hit it, which is nice.
It's hot as hell.
It's such hot, a great engage.
It's pretty good. Act 2, we get a weird whoosh here of like Discovery in warp in a way that like this show hasn't really done yet.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting as well.
It's
like from afar almost.
Yeah.
Like,
it is punctuated by this like operatic singing, which it turns out is Stamets listening to a message from Dr. Dreamy that Dr. Dreamy had left a while ago about opera and stuff. Stamets has Tilly interrupts, but he's having revelations about like, oh, this is why Hugh liked opera because of this stuff, which I don't know. It sounded very clinical. It's like maybe he just likes how it sounds. Stamets, what are you doing, man? Tilly, in another great Tilly moment, is like, hey, we need more room for this. So it turns out what's her face is basically just studying meditation. She doesn't move, so I don't know why she got 2 decks. So I moved her to a utility closet so we could have more space. Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I like the scene in general. I thought this was a good scene.
Yeah. I like that she wraps up with, I'm drunk on power.
Stamets says he's going to teach, and he explains to Tilly that these operatic singers study their entire lives to hit one note on stage, and then after they do, they stab themselves in the heart. Which, don't do that. That seems like a really bad career choice.
Dramatic.
Like, it
It's very
sounded
emo.
like he was saying Castilian, so I thought he meant Spanish, but I take it's some sort of alien opera singers, because I don't think the Spanish are killing themselves.
No, they do that with bowls.
Sure.
Tilly wants them to stay. She gives them some reasons. Stamets is like, hey, let me have a word of advice. Why don't you every once in a while not pass up the opportunity to shut your fucking mouth? Just stop talking.
He said it way nicer than that, though.
It's say less. It's the Aaron Burr speech from Hamilton. And then Tilly's like, I want you to stay. And Stamets is like, tough shit.
It was much more sentimental than that, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was
My
nice.
note says,
I like
ouch, Stamets. So I think he was a little harsh.
That wasn't my recollection of it.
I mean,
he wasn't.
Tilly is sad.
Yes, Tilly is that. Yes.
Burnham is looking at her Alice in Wonderland book and kind of remembering Amanda reading Alice in Wonderland to her. Sarek shows up and Burnham blows out a candle, which makes all of the hollow candles go away, which is such a weird use of hollow technology, but sure. Sarek's being like a good dad because he's like, I know I had to work late. And she's like, I didn't know you knew that Mom read to us Alice. And he's like, I know I had to work late, but my ears were still worked in the other room, so I was listening. She's just this motherfucker's just being a good dad. They speculate about Spock and why he's such a dick. Then they kind of speech at each other. Sarek says, I wanted Spock to be less of an asshole, but guess that didn't work. And then I have another note about him being a good dad, but I missed how in this case. Then we get the weirdest.
He says because he like Burnham says something about how they're talking about how like Sarek wanted to Burnham to kind of help teach Spock empathy, and and he's like, I regret you guys never got on the same level, and then Burnham says, well, we did for a time, but she doesn't elaborate, and so he doesn't at that point he understands there's something she's not telling him, but he doesn't push her at all for. She's when you're ready, come talk to me.
When you're ready, come talk to me, yes, because he's being a good dad.
Yep.
We get the weirdest transition this show has given us so far, where Sarek leaves and the door closes, and then the door immediately opens because it's Burnham walking out of the turbo lift onto the bridge. It's like a fucking bizarre ass transition. Pike wants to get everyone's name. He's like, skip rank, just give me your names. And they all kind of rattle off their names because they're all charmed by Captain Daddy. Cyborg Lady can't skip her rank. She just says her fucking rank anyways, which I found kind of funny. And then Saru's like, Saru, I don't have a last name. And I don't know. It's weird to me that anyone treats that as odd. Like, there's this pause where it's like, bitch, there's all kinds of people that don't have last names in this show. Like, why is that weird for Saru?
Mm-hmm.
So then Pike's giving everyone orders about doing stuff. And he tells Ortega, is it Ortega? No, it's not Ortega. That's in Strange New Worlds. Detmer?
Detmer.
He tells Detmer to fly good because he's charming and it's fun. They jump into, I guess they warp into, they're not doing the spore jumping thing.
They come out of warp.
They come out of warp in the middle of a fucking asteroid field. I'm not sure how they got in there because there were asteroids behind them too.
So this was one of like, I think it was unintentionally funny to me because when they first like drop out of warp, like up on the monitor, you see all of the rocks, right? These huge fucking rocks. And then the person at the con goes, I'm detecting something. And it's like, I bet you are.
Yes, and Captain Daddy says, "Where's my damn red thing?"
Yeah.
It's like, I was told there was a red thing.
I was told there was a damn red thing. Yeah. And then there's a lot of like technical back and forth about all the shit they're finding, and their sensors aren't working. And Burnham's like, I got an idea. We'll use our paparazzi cameras on the bottom of the ship. And
Right?
they do that. They just have those and they do it. They take an image, and I wish I was a writer for Star Trek, because it would take me 1 second of reading this script and going, what the fuck are you talking about? Because the image cannot be zoomed in any further. The digital image that their camera took cannot be zoomed in any further. It's not able to be zoomed in any further. So they ask Saru to use his better eyes to look at the image and read a number off of the ship. That's not how vision works.
Yeah. I thought that was silly too, but meh.
It's a digital image.
Enhance.
Apparently Saru can just enhance with his eyeballs. It's the NCC 815, the Hiawatha, as a medical transport. And we're assembling a landing party, which is going to be it's Captain Pike, Michael Burnham, Cheek Plant, and Science Officer Dickhead. Those are the 4 people that are going to be on that away mission. And probably you could tell based on my tone which of those people might not make it.
Yes, that was also my note here too. I'm like, especially when they get to like the pods they're gonna go down on. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm sure this will go fine.
Yeah, they're in these like weird little like, well, we'll get there. Pike's being all brave because he's gonna go. I said Daddy got told. I guess he got scolded by, I think, Burnham actually.
Yeah, because like they're arguing about like leaving because the ship's in danger or whatever, and like the asteroids now, because they like bounce off of this field or whatever, which changes the trajectory of the asteroid, and so he wants to make sure they get everybody off the ship, and then Burnham says something about starts to say the dangers of it, but like he cuts her off saying, I know that, damn it. But then he's like, well, if you let me finish, I got an idea.
She's like, I was telling you the dangers as a prelude to my explaining the idea I have. Oh, the way that I talk, you're going to have to tolerate that shit.
I speak in speeches only.
I have a speech impediment.
No.
Oh shit, I just cracked myself up.
How's that the first time that joke's been made?
Right.
Connolly is being a complete dickwad to Burnham for no fucking reason. I'm sorry, I didn't understand Connolly's character at all. He was just an asshole from day one.
Yes. Dick in human form was his character.
Yeah. Tilly.
He was a red shirt wearing a blue shirt.
Basically. Tilly wants a souvenir rock from the asteroid.
Yeah, because like something about like mycelial stuff was responding when they were close to the asteroid.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She's like, tell me you're gonna be okay. And if you're not, just lie to me. So Burnham's like, we're gonna be fine. They got some cakey spacesuits.
Some fucking glitter ass suits, man.
Yeah, they're like
what was up with this?
It showed us Captain Daddy's ass. Rob, shut your fucking mouth. What?
But it was like space long johns that they put on underneath of another EVA suit.
I still don't see the problem. There were some shapely buns on screen. We were good. My next note is Christ Connolly, because he's bitching about something again. They get these weird little like spherical craft things. This is the first time we've seen these. They look kind of like the worker bee, but they also don't. So I don't know what they are.
Yeah, they mentioned like they were designed for some other mission or something like that. But they don't really elaborate as to why outside of that. Just
like the paparazzi cameras.
Mm-hmm.
They go outside and they're like, we got debris. Like, yeah. Like, the whole goddamn field is debris. Saru's ganglia goes off, and like the bridge officer looks at him, and Saru's like, "Oh, what? Like you're surprised?" And that's what I mean by the tone shift. Like it's a weird quip. Like it's just feels weird. I'm not saying it's not a good line. I'm not saying it's not a good line. I'm saying it's not I'm not saying this is bad. I'm just saying there's
No,
been a
it's
slight rebrand.
There's definitely a tone shift, yes, and that's on purpose. Like some of the stuff I was reading on the episode, they're like, this is like a intentional kind of reworking of the show to kind of depart from what season 1 was.
Right.
Yeah, make it a little more hopeful. Did y'all see who directed this episode?
No.
I did not.
Alex Kurtzman.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sure.
I did see that actually. Then Connolly and Burnham are in the middle of a dick measuring contest until Connolly forfeits by being dead.
No. Burnham is like, hey, you're too wide. Get in formation because it's dangerous. And he's like, bitch, don't. He starts like mansplaining about how like when I was when I was at the academy and this certain something and blah blah blah, and this just long ass speech about how he's right about what he's doing, and he just gets interrupted by getting smashed by an asteroid. Just eat shit mid speech. It was great. Oh,
Not only
man.
does he eat shit, he puts Captain Pike in danger because of the debris field that he has now caused.
So was it like was his body what hit Pike's pod?
No, I think it was a piece of the like weird ass like expanding the S-foil thing that they got going on those things.
Yeah.
To Burnham's credit, she does look upset that Connolly just up and died in the middle of his dumb speech. So Pike's craft is failing. There's lots of things that are not working on his pod, although, like, I will say, some things are still working, and I feel like, now I'm not an engineer, I feel like the emergency ejection system should be one of the things that fails last, but it seems to have been the one thing that failed pretty much first.
I love how the helmet visor is linked into the ejection system.
Oh
so
gosh.
The whole time he's like, just the front visor just keeps going up and down, up and down, up and down. That would have driven me insane.
Yeah, the suit that, like, he can obviously control it because later he takes it off and puts it on, like, while he's on the Hiawatha. So I don't know why. Yeah. Can he not just reach up and slide it the fuck down into place? It is weird. It is a level of, like, maybe this shouldn't be an automated technology then. But fortunately, even though Captain Daddy can't eject, the Discovery can remotely eject him, which also seems like a weird feature on an ejection seat.
Yeah.
And this is the point where I'm like, why is the captain even on this away mission? And then they make it happen. So yeah, I guess Burnham ejects at the same time Captain Daddy does. There's a tone shift here. There's like a silliness tone here in this like whole sequence. And this plan seems convoluted, but joke's on me. It fucking works. So, you know, whatever.
Right, because like Burnham's like trying to convince Pike to go along with her plan because at first he's like, just, you know, leave me behind and finish the mission. I'm not losing any more people. But then Burnham convinces him to kind of go with her plan, and she like chimes in with like Detmer and whatever the lady is back on the ship. Like, we got you, Pike, right? And they're like, oh, fuck, yeah.
That was the tone thing where Detmer and the other lady, they're like, tell him that we got him, and they're like, oh shit, yeah, okay. Like, it was weird. Yeah. It's like, I'm not losing anyone else. It's like, well, you only lost Dickhead, so you didn't really lose anyone yet. Anyways, the plan works. They make it to the Hiawatha. I guess Cheek Plants just makes it okay. Like, she does fine.
Right.
Yep.
Let's see. This is where we're about to get the very best character in all of Star Trek.
Hell yeah.
Tig Notaro shows up.
Oh, Tig.
Mariah was looking at me like, who? Yeah, Tig Notaro shows up. Yeah, she's got some drones. She's like, follow them. They're in some emergency tents. There's some booby traps because Tig Notaro's like, I don't want Klingons coming and fucking up my shit. And then she's immediately hilarious. She's the funniest fucking character that's ever been in Star Trek.
I mean, she's a professional comedian, so, you know.
Yeah. She's explaining how she's managed to keep a bunch of people alive, and they're like, aren't you an engineer? And she's like, body's just a machine, which is a funny line. That's not how the body works.
That is nope, not at all.
I have Pike as just a pretty face because he really doesn't have much to do as everyone's like figuring shit out around him. So they decide to move everyone to Discovery via the they get the Hiawatha's transports working well enough. This is where Pike's basically just carrying shit because he's not a technical guy, so he doesn't really know how to like fix the transporter. But so Burnham and Tig are doing that. Her name is Jet Reno.
Jet Reno,
Yep.
Commander Jet Reno. Yep.
Yeah, Reno. So Reno and Burnham are fixing the Hiawatha's transporters.
So like it's really funny when we see them talking with Disco at like the same time Disco starts taking like asteroids to the face, right?
Right,
Did
because
you
their shields
notice-
are down in preparation for transport.
Yeah, did you notice that the like the big monitor that they've got in the bridge? Like I'm pretty
It had,
sure
like,
that thing is an LCD, but it
cracks
took
and stuff.
like like they faked glass damage on it.
Yep.
I think
thought
the
that was really
implication on Discovery has been, it was true in the Shenzhou too, is that is an actual window, not just a computer screen. Because remember when the beacon went off and it was like bright through that window on the Shenzhou?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah.
Pretty sure someone bounced off it at one point too. Okay, let's see. I asked, like, can we just phaser the rocks? Because, like, the asteroids are fucking up the Discovery. But they do start getting people beamed off. They beam everybody off except for Burnham. Oh, no, Burnham! She gets stuck outside the transporter door. And then there's a weirdly unnecessary but exciting chase scene where Burnham's, like, fleeing the collapsing Hiawatha. It seemed like a lot. But she's knocked.
It was cool.
It was cool. I get the cool, but it was a lot for like this in the middle of this Star Trek episode. She's knocked unconscious by some falling debris. She starts to kind of dream she hallucinates and realizes she has like a huge piece of shrapnel in her leg and lets out this odd scream. And then we get the first sighting of what is later called the Red Angel.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like her, like, it looks like her kind of fever dream as she's like in pain and unconscious, but then like Pike comes through her vision of the Red Angel and is like, come on, we gotta get you the fuck out of here. She grabs a rock in order to transport, but it did not come with, so she did remember Tilly's souvenir rock, but it does not come with her in the transport. She gets there and Tilly's like, sorry about my rock. It's okay about the rock that you didn't get. And Tilly immediately blames Burnham for that shit. And Burnham's like, no. I remembered your rock. It just didn't transport. And Tilly's like, oh my God, that's so exciting. Tilly is fucking pumped about this do not transport rock.
Nerd boner.
It's non-baryonic matter.
So they decide
Sure.
that they're going to catch one. They're going to catch a rock because they can't transport it because it's non-baryonic
Catch a
matter.
rock.
Catch a rock.
Scooter.
They unfold this crazy ass fucking unfolding device in the middle of the fucking shuttle bay. That thing was insanity. Pike is so goddamn nice, is what I've got here.
Right, because he says, my mission's over. So
that's right. So he lets Saru take command back for catching this rock. Stamets is
it
like,
was cool.
Why didn't you invite me to the rock catching?
Yeah,
the rock catching.
What were you saying, Rob?
Oh, I was gonna say it is cool, like how excited the crew is for Saru to get command back.
Frankly, the crew is way more excited about catching this rock. They catch the rock, and Stamets is like, oh, I thought it would be bigger. And again, this is that lighthearted tone I've been kind of talking about. Like, it's just such a shift. Because there's like this kind of jokey, like, look at this rock we caught. It fucked up our entire shuttle bay, but it's funny. So then Pike is talking to Burnham in the ready room. They're like, why doesn't anyone sit around here? Because the ready room's just got like this standing desk. And
it's better for you.
Pike does not care for it. And she was basically like, yeah, well, Lorca was a dickhole, so like I don't know what to tell you.
Right. And like it opens with him like finding like one of the fortunes
Yes.
on the ground
And it
from his
is
fortune cookies.
not, and he puts it on the desk, and we see it as they leave the room. It is not every cage is a prison, nor every loss eternal, which is that's stupid. This is a stupid thing. Like, what do you mean not every cage is a prison? That's the definition of a cage.
I mean, it's talking about his cage.
Whose cage?
Pike's
The cage?
Like the cage.
The cage?
Yeah.
The one that was explicitly a prison?
I think it's just a reference, yeah, to the
Right. Like, I think it's just, I think it's a reference to the name of the episode, but also, like, he winds up in the like obelisk wheelchair thing, like temporarily.
Oh, so disability is something that is a prison then?
Yeah, it's all curable. Like, it's fine.
Oh,
it's the
okay.
future.
I like Cat and Daddy as a character. I like his actor. That motivation drives me fucking insane, and it's going to come up in I think 3 or 4 episodes is when that happens. We're going to talk about Spock. Turns out Spock was not actually on the Enterprise. He had taken a leave of absence. As far as we can tell, because he's a dick, according to Pike.
something like that, yeah.
There's some speeching going on here, but Spock is on leave. Burnham wants to go to the Enterprise. Pike's like, why? Burnham's like, cuz. And Pike's like, all right, go ahead.
Well, that's pretty much the conversation.
Captain Daddy, it turns out, is going to take command of the disco for a bit longer of a term, not just this one little mission. But he wants to make sure that everyone can have fun. That's what he wants to do. He wants to have fun. Sure. On the Enterprise, Burnham's going into Spock's quarters. She's just going to read his ultra-private, super-secret personal log. And then, like, he records this log where he's like, I've saved data that I long suspected into the stream of this audio log. So just like his child self threw that hollow dragon out of the computadore, Burnham throws the intro to the 1980s Cosmos show out into the sky for her to watch. I guess it's kind of about the red signal stuff. I don't know. It wasn't entirely clear what she was looking at, but she seemed to have a facial expression of great revelation. And that is where the episode cuts out.
Yeah. You forgot to mention they say this thing is like the last word of the episode.
Which thing?
Brother.
Oh, brother. Oh, Jesus Christ. I forgot about that.
Dude, I just kept thinking, like, every time I saw the title of this episode, I'm just thinking Space Marines.
Why?
Because, like, that's kind of their gimmick in 40K. Just like,
oh, those Space Marines.
Brother.
When I hear Space Marines, I think of, like, Starship Troopers.
No.
All right. So, on a scale from 1 to 5, where 0 is threshold, what do we think of this one?
Right, you want to go first?
Sure. This reminds me of, well, I shouldn't say it reminds me of. I have learned something about Discovery. They start off really strong in each season, and I feel like they just kind of lose it as they go further on, for lack of a better description. So this was a 4 for me. I had fun. I know you didn't like how the crew was kind of like interacting in parts of it, but I thought it was fun.
Didn't say I didn't like it. I said that it came out of nowhere.
Sure.
Yeah, I also had this as a 4. I thought it was fun. I enjoyed the tone shift. There were some generally good scenes. Captain Daddy gets to visit, which is always nice. So yeah, I gave it a 4.
I also gave it a 4, so Rob can suck my dick. Yeah, for all the same reasons. Like, I like I said, I don't hate the tone shift. I like it. It's weird. It was a weird transition. Maybe if we had taken the year off and like it came back to it, it wouldn't feel so jarring. But the fact that we watched this literally last week makes it feel kind of sudden. Yeah,
not even last week. Earlier this week.
I don't have the IMDb things with me, so I don't know what they gave it. All right. Well, then, if no one has anything else, then we will be back in just a moment with a deep dive. welcome back. So for today's deep dive, can y'all guess?
No.
Are we about Tig?
It's going to be about Tig.
Nice.
Tig Notaro.
Cool.
So Tig Notaro is kind of an interesting character. I don't mean that in like her character in Star Trek. I mean, she's kind of an interesting
Person.
but not just that. Like her presence as a celebrity is kind of interesting. I only became aware of her when Mariah was watching a stand-up special that she did. Was that during COVID? Or was that just before COVID? The special itself, I believe it was in 2018. But the interesting thing about Tig Notaro is she was kind of like a no-name comedian for a while. She didn't really like get big to the point that anyone kind of knew about her outside of like some small comedy circuits until 2014, which is pretty recent for someone who's, born in 71. So she's, 15 years older than me.
Right.
She is from Jackson, Mississippi, although she does not have a strong Mississippian accent.
Nope.
Tig is a nickname. Her name is actually Matilda, which is a fun name. It's spelled in, boy, Rob, is that a Scottish name?
It doesn't sound like it.
It's Mathilde. Sounds pretty Nordic. Maybe it's she's O'Callahan, so maybe it's Irish.
The Scots aren't Nordic.
Yeah, close enough. Fucking Celts or whatever.
They're Celtic.
Well, I mean, they did invade, so
They've been there a bunch, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually how my family got their land. It's fighting the Nords.
So,
They helped kick the Vikings.
in kind of one of those like bittersweet ironies, Tig Notaro was diagnosed with pretty severe breast cancer and had a double mastectomy. Her getting that diagnosis was kind of the subject of her first stand-up comedy like album, that's the wrong word, set that like got really, really big in 2014. It is actually thanks to Louis C.K., who convinced her to release it, saying like, this is all really good stuff. You should release this. You should get this published instead of just like being at the audience that she did it for.
Crazy.
Was it after that, like, here's my penis?
Probably after he sat her down and made her watch him masturbate, because Louis C.K. is a terrible fucking person and he can fuck right off. But also proof that that there's no such thing as cancel culture, because being canceled doesn't mean anything if you're a celebrity. After she got a quite radical double mastectomy, she ended up doing another big special about that, and that's the one that Mariah caught in 2018. Aside from her stand-up career, she was in a couple of TV shows. She was in like the Sarah Silverman show for like a little bit part here and there. But actually, Star Trek Discovery is her first like major role once she comes back in season 3. Because she's in a couple episodes for season 2, but in season 3 and in season 4, she like is there for all, like in actual episodes. So actually it's kind of interesting that Discovery is like, this is kind of what really jumped her career on TV, at least. She was also in a big movie called Dawn of the Dead, I believe. Is that what it's called?
Really?
There's a story behind that. Hold on one second. Let me make sure I got it right. Television, film. Where was that? Army of the Dead. Army of the Dead is a movie that's got John Bautista? The guy who plays Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And some other big name actors. There was an actor in that who was accused, and I believe like credibly and eventually convicted of like a lot of like sex crimes. Because famous people. So rather than just cutting his scenes, they refilmed like in a green screen room, Tig Notaro doing his like lines and stuff. And then like just digitally put her in instead of him, and everyone agreed, like, not only is this better because of the whole sexual harassment thing, but also, like, she just did a better job. Like, her character was just better because she's, like, a better fit for the role. So, that was, like, her big, like, movie breakout was her replacing this person, like, digitally.
Jeez.
But she's not big into movies. She's mostly been on TV and again, mostly in stand-up. Is her kind of her big thing. Otherwise, like she's a pretty cool person. A vegan, but we won't hold that against her.
Wow.
She's kind of known for this, like the deadpan delivery of everything, and like that's what really works for this character in Discovery.
It's Chef's Kiss. She does it beautifully.
Yeah,
It's so good.
And it really works for this character because like there's a level of self-assuredness that like head engineers in Starfleet always seem to have, but they end up being kind of cocky about it. She's just like, yeah, I know how to do this, but she's not cocky. She's just like matter of fact about it. She doesn't seem to show off. It's a really cool character. I like it. So that's a little bit on Tig Notaro. Like I said, probably my favorite character from this show as like a standout character. Even though she only has a little bit here and there, she shows up a lot more in the later stuff, which we won't get to forever. So, see, Levy. I believe when we come back, Chris will have some potpourri.
Welcome back, everybody. All right, so for today's potpourri, we are doing a little season 1 of Discovery trivia, as is tradition. I've got one question for each episode, and all right, you all ready?
Yep.
In episode 1, what is one of the 3 nicknames that was given to the background character who wore a virtual reality tactical helmet?
Can you repeat the question?
Sure. In episode 1, what is one of the 3 nicknames that was given to the background character who wore a virtual reality tactical helmet?
When you say nicknames, do you mean nicknames that we gave him or nicknames that
that people from the show gave him? We talked about this specifically in the episode.
Oh, I was about to do some ones that I came up with. Microwave head?
Nope.
Damn it.
Steve. Also wrong. I would have accepted Daft Punk, Snail Girl, or TV Head. Yep. All right. Next question. During episode 2, how many Klingon houses are there said to be? Rob?
26?
Stanford?
24?
24 is correct.
Oh, yeah. Are you keeping score, Chris?
Yeah, I'm keeping score, yep. All right. Next question. In episode 3, what creature can be seen on Lorca's desk in his ready room? Stanford?
Tribble.
Tribble is correct. All right. Next question. In episode 4, what was the name of the ship they found the tardigrade on? Stanford?
The Glen.
That is the Glen. You are correct. The USS Glen.
I only remember because of how mad you two were about the name Glenn.
It was weird.
Yeah. USS Steve. All right. In episode 5, who says the first F-bomb in Star Trek? Oh. So close. Stanford?
Tilly.
It is Tilly. That is correct.
I beat you by 130 milliseconds.
Yeah, that was very close. What's funny is I also heard you both clicking your mouses. All right. In the title of episode 6 is Lethe. Lethe. This was a reference to the Greek god of what? Stanford?
So it's a reference to the Greek river of the dead that takes you to the afterworld. So I'm gonna go with you mean like Charon, like the god of that takes you to the afterworld?
Nope. No, it is the name of a river, but it is also in reference to there's a Greek god named Lethe.
I don't remember talking about that at all.
Oh, I do remember that.
I did go over it. It was one of my
we talked
trivia
about
notes.
Oh God.
Wait, that wasn't the night where you were. Oh, okay.
I don't know. Penance. Is that what he is?
Nope. It is the god of forgetfulness and oblivion.
Ah, that's it.
That's right. Because you forget who you were and when you go through it. I didn't realize there was a god. I thought the river just kind of did that.
Yep. All right. What is the name of the species of space whale that mudboards the Enterprise in episode 7, Rob?
Gorgamander. Gormagander.
Oh, close enough.
I'll give it to you.
I was going to say carbuncular because I knew I couldn't remember what it was.
Gormagander is correct.
Gormagander.
All right. Next question. In episode 8, we find out how fast Kelpians can run. How fast they run?
Oh,
Stanford?
75 kilometers an hour?
Incorrect.
Shit.
is it like 30 meters a second?
Also incorrect.
Okay.
Stanford was close. It's 80 kilometers per hour.
Fuck, I feel like that was close enough.
Nope. Because you're already winning by a bunch, I'm going to say no.
All right, fine. We'll call those
Suck
mercy
it.
rules.
All right. In episode 9, Lorca has Stamets make numerous spore jumps. How many?
119.
Nope. Care to guess, Stanford?
Yeah, it was like 100. Wait. It was 156, 176, something like that.
No, you're bookending what it actually is, which is 133. 133 jumps. All right. Episode 10 marked the return of what director to Star Trek?
What?
Stanford?
LeVar Burton?
Incorrect.
Damn.
Jonathan Frakes?
Jonathan Frakes is
That's
correct.
what I was gonna
Yeah,
guess.
that was the other one that I was thinking.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah,
we
we
did
did.
talk about that. Yep.
Poor Chris is like, yeah, you all don't listen to anything that I say.
I'm the one who did the
This
deep
is-
dive on Jonathan Frakes that week.
Oh.
I should have known.
You should have known that, yes. All right. In episode 11, what was the name of the leader of the rebels in the Mirror Universe?
Oh, god damn it.
Stanford?
Volk. Or do you want the
Oh.
Firewolf?
No, it was like
Firewolf, yeah.
Oh, sure. Just don't even let me guess then.
It was Volk. That's who the Firewolf was.
It was.
Volk.
It was Volk. It was Volk, which is not the name I was looking for, which is why I accepted when you said Firewolf. But yes. Good old Taserface.
Taser face.
All right. In episode 12, we hear the litany of titles that the Emperor has in the Mirror Universe. Name one of them.
Oh, shit.
Rob?
The Emperor of Terra.
Incorrect.
Damn it.
Stanford, care to guess?
Fuck. One of them is God damn it. One of them is like protector of the Andorian moons or some shit.
Nope.
The best bud of Killy Tilly.
All right. For your reference, here is her entire list of titles.
Oh my
Philippa
god. this-
Georgiou, Her Most Imperial Majesty, Mother of the Fatherland, Overlord of Vulcan, Dominus of Kronos, Regina Andor, which is probably what you were thinking.
Regent, that's what it was.
Philippa Georgiou Augustus Iaponius Centaurus.
You know what's funny is when I was thinking of the Andor thing, I was like, was it Regent? I'm like, nah, she'd be more important than a Regent. Fuck, I should have just said it.
Yep. All right. In episode 13, the Discovery escapes the Mirror Universe, but overshoot their time by how much? 89 milliseconds difference, Stanford.
9 months?
9 months is correct.
Boom.
Man, I knew that one.
Oh,
God damn it.
I beat it by 89 milliseconds.
Oh my god.
All right, put the thing in the wrong column. I gotta fix that.
He
All right,
was
next
giving
question.
all of the points to Rob.
No.
Buzzer.
What percentage of Federation space does...
Buzzer.
Oh.
33%.
Incorrect. Let me
Damn
finish
it.
the question now. What percentage of Federation space does Admiral Cornwell say the Klingons have occupied in episode 14?
20%.
Stanford, 20% is correct.
God damn it.
Oh, Rob.
He was so confident, too.
All right. Next question. What type of bomb did they have in episode 15, Rob?
Hydrobomb.
Hydrobomb is correct.
Sporpedo.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all of the questions. I did have a tiebreaker prepared.
Well, let's hear it.
Let's see.
Wait, fix the buzzer.
So earlier I asked you what the total amount of jumps that Lorca had Stamets do. What was the amount the writers originally
That's
came
right.
up
I
with?
remember this.
69.
Nice, but no.
No, it was going to be like 1,200. It was some ridiculous fucking
420.
number.
It is a reference to Dr. Dreamy and Stamets' time in the musical Rent.
Oh, 525,600.
Yes, that is correct.
Did you see me have to sing it for a second there to remember the fucking
No
number?
one can say that number without singing it.
525,600 minutes. Yep. All right. Well, let's just to rub it in. Let's get a final score here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
You know, I feel like this is a punishment for beating you last week, Chris.
To be fair, Stanford does always have an advantage on these because he edits the podcast, so he hears them like at least twice.
Hey, you know what?
So.
I would have less of an advantage if you motherfuckers listened to our podcast.
Hey, I download it every week.
Let's see. I do listen to them sometimes. So a score of 8-3.
Ooh, got more than half. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Good job. Well, that will wrap up our episode for the this episode. God damn it.
Wait, is this episode over? Are we done?
It is done, right? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's it. As Stanford said at the top of the podcast, please rate, review, subscribe. Do all those things. Did somebody saying something? Did I cut somebody off?
No, I just laughed.
Okay. All right.
So you're like, yes, this is done. We're leaving.
Yeah, we will catch you guys next time.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye. Thanks for listening to Captain's Log Supplemental. You can follow us on Twitter at PodCLS or send us hate mail at podcls3@gmail.com.